Got a guy named Barack Hussein Obama. That's a pretty good contrast to George W. Bush.
That was presidential hopeful Barack Obama during an interview with Tavis Smiley last fall. At the time, the senator seemed to have no problem referencing his middle name as a reason why people should vote for him. However, his campaign has since lashed out at any person mentioning it. Joining us now, columnist and radio talk show host Armstrong Williams and Temple University professor Dr. Marc Lamont Hill. Armstrong, if he's willing to use it, why should it even be an issue for anybody?
You know, I don't know why it's an issue. It was his birth name that his parents gave to him at birth. He had nothing to do with the selection of it. Obviously, he used it on the Tavis Smiley show. I mean, I understood Senator John McCain denouncing Marc Cunningham during the rally. Yeah. Bill Cunningham, I understood that. But, you know, I don't see the issue with it. It's who he is. It's his identity. I mean, there are a lot of people in this country with middle names Hussein, first names Hussein. And if terrorists were to attack the United States as they did years ago, he would be no safer than anyone else. He's an American.
Mark, as I hear this, I wish we had known this during the debate when Bill Cunningham was under fire. But we got, you know, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, JFK, LBJ, Richard Milhous Nixon, Ronald Wilson Reagan. We've got George Herbert Walker Bush. We got William Jefferson Clinton, Hillary Rodham Clinton. I mean, if he's using the name himself, why should anybody hesitate to use it?
Well, while it's true that all presidents have, well, most presidents have middle names.
But he used it. He used it himself.
Let me talk the same way you allowed Armstrong to talk. The issue here is the subtext and the intention behind it. When Bill Cunningham is using it, when other people are using it, they're using it to appeal to.
Well, you don't know that. You're guessing. You're assuming.
No, well, I know that Mike Duncan, the RNC chair, as well as John McCain, have essentially agreed with what I'm saying. Which
then why did Barack Obama use it himself?
Okay, but my point is that it's appealing to a xenophobic and dirty type of American politics.
Wait a minute, stop. Why did Barack Obama use it himself then?
The reason he used it is because it's his name, and he was using it to make a contrast.
So he can use his name, but nobody else can use his name.
Well, if you allow me to finish my sentence, you'll understand what I'm saying. He was drawing a contrast between himself and George W. Bush. The difference is that when it's being used now, it's being used in particular context to invoke a sense of fear and xenophobia.
Armstrong, I got to tell you, I'm listening to this. If Barack uses the name himself, now look, I'll respect.
One time you've heard him use it.
Hang on a second. Armstrong, I'll respect whatever Barack Obama would prefer in terms of his name being used. I will honor that. He has every right to choose it. But if he uses it, I don't understand why it's a controversy if anybody else uses it.
Well, listen. Let me just be clear. I have tremendous respect for Senator Barack Obama, what he's accomplished, what he's done for the electorate in this country with young people voting. Listen, it is his name.
Hey, Armstrong.
It's Barack Hussein Obama Hussein Barack.
Hey,
listen, it is his name.
Do you think that when Ann Coulter referred to him as B. Hussein Obama, that she was doing it to honor his name?
No, absolutely not.
Do you think when Bill Cunningham was saying Barack Hussein Obama, and he would call McCain John Pablo McCain, is he doing that to honor the people?
Unequivocally, no.
So isn't there a difference between them, the way they're using the name, and Barack himself talking about his middle name?
You know, it's a political process.
But isn't there a difference?
There is a difference, but let me just say this.
You made my point.
It has not, listen, I'm not disagreeing with your point, by the way, but my point is this. It is his name. It's something he should be very proud of. No matter how many people may try to abuse it for their own agenda, it is his name. It's his birthright, and he should wear it with pride.
Professor Hill, you had the right point. The point is it's intent. What is the intent of the people who are using his middle name to imply that because he's got a name that sounds like a terrorist, he'll be bad for America? Versus Barack himself saying, you know what, that's actually a good thing because it shows that maybe people will pay attention and will have a different image in the part of the world where we need to win hearts and minds. Isn't that what the difference is, Professor?
That's exactly what the difference is, Alan. I mean, the reality is, when you, like, for example, when you hear the latest press release where they say, well, we question whether someone named Barack Hussein Obama can have an acceptable stance toward Israel, they're trying to invoke the fear of many great, beautiful Jewish Americans who are worried that a terrorist will not have their interests at heart. We know Barack's not a terrorist, but we've linked names like Hussein and Mustafa and Muhammad to terrorism, which is tragic, which is xenophobic, which is dangerous. But they've done that and that's what they're playing on. And that's why the RNC chair himself said this is wrong.
Right. And Armstrong, he himself, in the beginning of his public life, as he was running for state senator in Illinois, said, you know, they're never going to vote for me with a guy whose name, actually he said this on the eve of running for the national Senate post, to vote for a guy who's got a first name that people don't understand, a second name like the guy who used to run Iraq, and the last name that sounds like the guy who ran the invasion of the United States on September 11th. He would joke about that. But the people who use it against him to imply and cause fear in the minds of people who hear it, that is really dirty politics.
Yeah, but I think the issue here is that we give the Coulters and the Cunninghams too much credit and too much credibility in what they say as if someone is listening to them and paying them any attention. The American people are very intelligent. They are very understanding, and that is why no matter, well, we're going to always have the element on both sides. But let me just tell you something. Barack Obama would be probably more maligned by people of Muslim faith of extreme attitudes in their mind who want to do harm to America than someone maybe like Senator John McCain, Senator Hillary Clinton in the White House, because they would see him more as a traitor.
You got to wonder if they have problems with his general name, Omar Bradley.
That's not true. Hussein is not a uniquely Muslim name. It's an Arabic name. There are Arabic Christians in Egypt who have the name Hussein as well. This is not. That's a false fear.
We thank you both very much for being with us tonight. Thanks very much for both of your times. And